Hello, everybody, and welcome to a game that, well, kind of speaks for itself. This is the original Harvest Moon. We're going to be playing this game as sort of a filler. As you can tell by the poll that just came, not the poll that just came out, but the community post that just came out, I've been going through a lot. I lost my Acer, which was very unfortunate because now I have to basically start from scratch for a lot of the games I was playing, like Suikoden 2. That's unfortunately going to be coming out way later than I ever intended. I recorded over half of that series, probably 20 to 30 episodes past what it is now. And unfortunately, crap happens. Crap happens very quick. So, unfortunately, while things are running amiss, I guess you could say, in my life, we will be doing games like this. And I do have a series coming out that is going to be the guaranteed series, but right now I'm just testing things out with the microphone because for some reason the laptop does not want to handle my microphone very well. I do not know why, it just does it. And I'm trying to figure out still why. It's just a thing that happens, I guess, in this sort of thing. And like, I've been trying to fix it though. So, anyway. This is Harvest Moon! This is the original game that I'm sure a lot of you people out there are used to, but this is actually a remake. You're like, no, it can't be a remake. It is a remake. It's a remake for the Super Nintendo. There were ones that were on the Game Boy Color, there were 3 of them, and this is a remake of all 3, though they omitted a lot of different things in the game. Yeah. Oh, you're the one that's supposed to work at this ranch today. What's your name? Shouldn't you already know, buddy? Now, I could be forgetting, and I'm pretty darn sure I've forgotten, but I believe his name is Jack, but I could be wrong. The main character of Harvest Moon has a specific name. Like all of them do, they all have names. That is like their own name. Mr. Jack, I'm in charge of shipping here. I come here every evening to pick up stuff you put in the shipping box. Nice to meet you. Oh yeah, ask anything you want to people in town, it'll help you. Any Stardew Valley vibes, anybody? I suggest you listen to the villagers a little more. Okay. Hello, wandering peddler. I don't have anything to sell right now, though. If you want to sell something, bring it to me so I can buy it. Okie dokie. How do you do? I'm the priest of this church. Ask questions to people at the shop. They know many things, and for the rest, check the signboards. Hello. I've seen you before. Did you come to that ranch? I'm Maria. Nice meeting you. As you can probably guess, this is the events, though honestly, reading this is pointless because you get alerted of events before they even happen. It's like you get notified like a week in advance or something like that, so. Hello, where are you from? Are you managing the ranch alone, separately from your parents? Great, there's nothing in here in the ranch, is there? Practice, I misread that entirely. You have wonderful parents. Really? Hello, the bar is closed today. It's usually open on Sunday, though. It's usually open except Sunday, though. You're the owner of the ranch. I'm Anne. Nice to meet you. Lively people. Speaking of lively, haven't I seen you before? Welcome. Welcome. You better eat every day, you know. Stamina's key. So something creepy you can do is you can go into the rooms of any said female and see what exactly their heart level is with you. This was kind of the way that they made it to where you could see heart levels in games before you could just see their disembodied heart beat next to their chest. Which made it significantly easier to tell. Stardew Valley kind of mimicked this aspect in Tools Are in the Shed and the Pen. Pick them up with A button to get equipped. Use them, press the Y button. Why, though? As you might have expected, this guy is a diary. Creepy. All jokes aside, that's Anne's diary. Though, as I was saying, Stardew Valley had mimicked this with the system that they have. Also, you can jump over this. Since you can see a just general heart menu of everybody, and you don't see a disembodied heart next to them. Hey son, you have to have a meadow to buy livestock, not only for cows, but also for chickens. I have some grass left, so use that to raise them. I'll bring it to your shed, talk to me over the counter when you want to buy livestock. Over the counter, huh? You don't have to grab those, they'll just automatically be teleported to your, home. Most useless NPC to exist. Lessons of love. This really does not matter. This is kind of come standard with Harvest Moon at this point. It's like you really don't need to know any of that. This fortune teller's words always prove right, just like the weather forecast on TV. Oh, mister, you wouldn't know where to begin with, do you? First you must learn how to use the tools with the book in the shed. Press past the floors about the crops and the livestock dealer about livestock. Generally, I'm going to be explaining all this, so that's why I'm kind of glossing over a little bit. A lot of these people, they give you advice, but it doesn't really help you. Welcome. You went to the ranch, didn't you? If you want to raise crops there, I'll give this to you. It's a watering can. It's for getting water from the pond. I'll bring it to your shed. So there's a couple things you want to do to maximize possible profit in this game. I suggest you listen to the villagers a little more. Alright, we forgot the mayor. Such a forgettable cast member. Hi, how do you do? I'm the mayor of this town. It's a pleasure to meet you. There are some tools left in the shed that your grandfather used to use. And a book on how to use them, too. Let's ignore the weird Chewbacca thing that they have on the couch, which I never figured out what exactly that was. How do you do? Hard, isn't it? But don't give up. Oh yeah, I have a daughter. She may be at the church. I wonder how many people didn't notice Maria, if they felt the need to put that there. I suggest you listen to the villagers a little more. Well, geez, who am I missing? I already spoke to you. Yes, separately from my parents. Yada 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 yada. I don't think I missed anybody. Got Bar Lady. Got these people. Who am I really missing? Oh, Nina. Right. How do you do? I'm Nina. The crops must be sowed during a certain season. They won't germinate unless you sow them in the proper season. Thank you for that advice before I made a terrible mistake and planted corn in winter. Yep, we're going back to the ranch. Then I'll give you a lift. I'm training you shipping too. Let's do our best to achieve each other's goal with grit. Grit? Sounds gritty. There's a strategy you can use that will make this game a whole lot easier. I'm going to bed now. Good night. Goodbye. That is the only time that he will be cognizant. Latest funds, 300 gold. Cow, chicken, dog, horse. Hello, this is the weather forecast for tomorrow. It'll be sunny and calm for the whole day tomorrow. kitchen utensils we will no longer be able to use. Time stops when you're indoors, but it will pass when you're outside. Squirrel, wait! Don't run suddenly. Oh, you are the Mr. Rancher everybody's talking about. Oh, excuse me. Will you please keep this dog for me? Also, the grocery store, so my mom doesn't allow me to keep this dog. So please... Its name is... You do it. Let's name you. Well, there's enough letters for it. Chip Doglark. Thank you very much. You have a new house, Chip? You've got to be a good boy now. Take care. Oh, hi, I'm Ellen. Nice meeting you. It's not really how that should have been formulated, but okay. I'm gonna put the dog over there. The dog's whole purpose in a lot of the Harvest Moon games has been only for one purpose, and that is to get rid of any potential invaders your house might have. I'm an angler. I live in the perfect freedom. You better forget your work and spend some quiet time once in a while, enjoying things like fishing. Let's see. I'll prepare a fishing rod for you the next time. So for the first day, we cannot fish. But what we can do is run as fast as we possibly can, because time runs so fast in this game. And grab this. It's the berry of the wild grape. Do not eat it. Instead, we're going to bring it to the shipping box. I think we're only going to be able to get one of these, because it's already evening. And we do need to buy some seeds. Then we're gonna try to... We're gonna try to... Potato seed. You can harvest it when the leaves become green and big. 200 gold. Thank you, I'll deliver it to your shed. If you want the best outcome possible for this game, you want to buy the most expensive seed for that season. Because the most expensive seed is the one that's gonna give you the most. Alright, we're gonna try to get another berry. Can't, I wouldn't be surprised. Now, characters have their preference of items, just like they do in Harvest Moons and, you know, other clones. They also have their hated items. You wouldn't want to give Nina a flower, but you would want to give her fruit. Now, once it becomes nightfall, you cannot give anybody anything except one particular character. I think we made it. Okay. Now we're free to do what we want. Starting right off the bat, we're going to be planting our grass. Is that all you're shipping today? Cost 300 gold in total. I'll put money in the box tomorrow. As you can see, 300 gold for basically doing nothing over respawning fruit. A lot of people don't realize that you can really cheese this game by doing that. We're gonna be moving some stuff around here. Put that there. I don't want to be wasting too much of my stamina at the moment. Now, here's the thing in this game. As you can see, it is now dark. But no matter how much time passes while it is dark like this, we actually can't pass out. Unlike previous clones of Harvest Moon, and even Stardew Valley, you will pass out at 6 o'clock. However, time stops at midnight. So you can just pretty much do whatever you want. There's really no reason not to. We're going to be expanding this as we go through the game, but for right now, we're going to be utilizing as much of the first day as possible. Alright, let's get this out. Grab this. which with a button that I cannot seem to remember. Okay, we're gonna be grabbing this. And now we're gonna be switching between our weapons, as I like to call them. We're gonna be getting this out of the way. Chop, 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 chop. We also need material in this game, so you're going to want to be destroying as many of those trees as possible. The only thing that does not hinder your progress, so to speak, or your stamina, is throwing grass around, so be sure to do that. And from that, we get 6 pieces of wood every single time we do that. We're going to be filling in this little gap here, because here's a bit of a tip. You can actually throw things from this angle to actually go into the shipping box, so we're going to be planting all of our good stuff there. But we also want this to be blocked in, because if you don't, bad things will come in, and we don't want those to come in. Quite frankly. For some stupid reason, rocks do not count as material. So that is unfortunate. Rocks, I believe, also count as a barrier, so you could actually just make an entire thing if you wanted to. Okay. And again, we're just simply going to be utilizing as much of the first day as possible. I'll even be showing you a trick to have an infinite day. As you can see, we're kind of having an infinite day at the moment. Alright, we're just gonna throw this aside. The game devs really did give you this much extra material so that you could be as, strategic with this stuff as possible. Alright. We're gonna be expanding this a little bit for futuristic stuff. Literally, the first day should really be just meant to do this stuff. Like, you really should clear out a bit, save your energy in the morning, and just go at night. Because there's a lot of things you can only do in the day that you can't do at night. Like, for an example, giving people gifts, or doing that trick with the, thing. And as you can see, that is when our energy runs out. Is right then. However, you can still do things. Case in point. We're gonna be switching this side over. I'm gonna be expanding this quite a lot. And it's gonna be over time, because honestly, we don't have any our farm animals right now for it to be worth having this fence up. But it is good to kind of make your boundaries a little bit bigger. Because this farm is actually huge. It's bigger than the Stardew Valley farm map, so there's a lot that can go into this. And these episodes may be a little bit longer than my previous episodes, just because I have a lot to do in them, and I'm probably going to try to make them 2 days long if possible. Though I do not think that's going to happen for the first day, honestly. Just going to set that over there. Just put these over. Because we want that water that's right there. Because you can only refill your watering can by going to water, so. Okay. The only problem with a large fence such as this is that it would be very hard to repair. And that's literally the only downfall or downside. Also, you cannot hop over a fence if it is 2 blocks wide. You can if it's 1, in any direction. Now we're going to get into the energy regeneration aspect, because we do need to plant those potatoes before we do anything. We also need to plant that grass before we do anything. First things first. Oops. Right, we need stamina in order to wave that hammer around. Since those berries infinitely respawn, we can eat them for health. However, that isn't the only way that you can get health in this game very fast. It's a berry of the wild grape. Eat! Eating the berries of the wild grape and jumping in here and waiting a little while will restore your stamina to almost full. Granted, you have to wait for a good bit, but you will be getting most of your stamina back. And this, trust me, is how you will be getting one of the achievements in this game, which is getting the second, or the final house upgrade before, like, summer of this first year. Something like that. As you can see, there's a lot of berries of wild grape around. You can pretty much just eat these in spring and be good. Oops. I would suggest for your time, it is good to eat those, work on your farm, come up here and start chopping away at these things after you've chopped away all of the wood in your own farm, because your farm wood does respawn. And we're gonna whack that. Looks like an ornament of a chicken, but what is it? It interests me. Well, that should have given us something, but apparently it didn't. Stingy statue. Must be at a certain point, because that does give you a power of the wild grape thing, or whatever it is. And Harvest Moon is how you increase your stamina. Alright. We're gonna be digging up some potato. This will be our little tomato bed. Or potato bed, rather. Some money. That'll be our little potato bed. Don't plant anything too close to something, because then you cannot water it. So it's good to plant it something like this, where you can access all sides, except the middle, which sucks. But it can't be helped. Alright, we also need to plant those grass seeds. We'll get those started. I'm planting those here. We don't need to water grass seeds, so go hog wild with it. You don't really need to worry about it too much. This is going to be sort of the livestock area, so I'm really not too concerned about where this grass is placed. In fact, it's kind of good to just put the grass everywhere so it doesn't look like a, you know, just there's no grass here kind of thing. It doesn't look desolate. When you use grass seeds, it turns to be like this. And essentially just means you cannot, water it. Alright, now we got our tater seeds. Plant those tater seeds. Do be very careful, because those seeds can go everywhere. We're gonna be grabbing our little watering can here before we pass out. Now you're gonna want 250 material before you get the first house upgrade, and then it will be 500 material. So already telling you the math before you need to use it. That's what you're gonna need in there. So once you're done, oh crap. Once you're done with, like, basic things, like making your boundaries what you need for the first year, I would highly suggest just putting all of your effort into just getting the material you need for your house upgrade, because you're going to need it. Oh yeah, we also need to do that other thing that I mentioned that was also a hack. So in this game, you have to be married in order for you to experience the second year of it, which sucks. The game will just end otherwise. Because of the strategy that I mentioned of making as much money as possible, it can be very hard to pick one of the other ones, because you're basically wasting a trip to get these grapes to sell them. You'd be basically wasting a trip if you go up here and just pick one of these and, you know, use them as a gift, because most of the people in the town really love these. So, there is a character, though, that will be available to you 9 times out of 10. In fact, 10 out of 10, really. Always available. And that is Ellen. As the bar is always open, she is always available, where, say, these are now closed. We'll give you something, and yeah. This thing to recover from fatigue is to relax, even though that's not necessarily true in this case. So, with that being said, I think we've just about finished the first day. We're going to be watering those potatoes, and then we will be maybe cutting down some more of those trees that are in our thing. It depends on how much stamina we have. It's very hard to tell which ones you've already watered, to be honest. Generally, another great thing to do is to just prepare for futuristic events. Because by the time you get to those events, you're not going to be able to do anything about it, really. Like, it's going to take you a lot longer. Just gonna chop that up. And we're passed out again. Get these weeds out. So for the first day, we have not only gotten like 50 gold from that thing, but we actually got back all of our money that we spent on one bag of seeds. And plus a little bit extra. The next episode of Harvest Moon, we're going to be continuing on the second day. See you guys then.